What's up, guys? Brandon from Boiler Room Trading here. We got a trade recap coming at you. Today is 14th, Wednesday, August. Now, let's get the daily notes up and how we try to predict these stock markets, win, lose, or draw every single day. Today was a pretty fun day so far with the market dumping and anticipation here. Let's go through the top. You can pause and hold and do whatever you want to do to check that list out. We're going to start with AMD, top of the list here. This was a huge over-under level. I was looking for bounce plays this morning as stuff sold off. Something to remember when I am breaking stuff down. We start here, in the morning, yesterday's low. So sometimes when we make a level and it comes all the way down to pre-market, we swap bias live and, continuing that short track. So I was looking for bounce plays here, but we sold all the way down right to 31 and opened on it for a really nice snap right at 31. So a couple of members had puts from yesterday's calls, of course, still riding all the way down. So gap down and roll. 31 was the target. So we opened here and a lot of them held those 31 target ITM calls all the way down to the 29. So we looked for a bounce play here, didn't get it, snapped it, rolled through down, 50 VWAP cross, very standard basic lessons here. We killed that one pretty good here. SQ is a trader for me today. I was looking for under the weekly trend and take it short. SQ here. What was my entry? My first entry was into the pops here. So my ad was into the white line. I wanted to pop into the ad. So I had a very early entry of maybe 25 shares, 50 shares starting off. I think it was 25. Rode all the way back up, took full position size, almost 300 shares here. Into the 200 EMA blind buy and rode it all the way back down to today's lows, covered up most of my position, had about a $200 winner here today, which wasn't too bad at all. But as it kind of developed throughout the day, it just kind of waited for that 200 EMA and kind of came all the way back down. Target still being just above 60, so this thing is still trailing down. It's still been on watch since the first gap down, but target short down here. I made my money on it today, a very nice pre-market. Snap came back up, tested lows, and ran down. SQ working out very well today. NVIDIA's call, I was looking for a 152.30s bounce, and then watch that level. If it breaks 151, she's coming down. So here we had the 152.30s was pretty much the open price, right? Large wick right here. Or not opening price, the fuchsia line part. This is from a lesson. Opening price is up here. Open price failed, came down to this fuchsia level, so 152.30s. Bouncing ball short, that's what I was looking for. Bouncing ball short here, open, had no bounce, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, snapped it, consolidation. We had 151 was on watch for the bounce, right? Let me check notes again, yeah. Watch level if it breaks 151. Okay, so that was right from the daily notes, watch 151. So a couple members are watching this one. I said the 100 EMA rejection NVIDIA, very habitual. This is what NVIDIA likes to do a lot. So lower height off that, snapped all the way back down. The limited risk was the break of 151 in the consolidation, popping back up, hitting the 151 area. And you can see it happened a little bit here in this consolidation. This is 0.30, and then after it snapped the 151, retraced right to it, or very close to it, about 151. 02 or so up here and trailed all the way back down. We're still targeting the weekly in the bottom there, so it's a couple good points there on NVIDIA. We called more live trades up here rather than the daily note targets, but we had some good shorts there today. All right, Netflix right from the daily notes. We're looking for under 309, the split. What's my lesson? There we go. Wrong drawing setup. So under 309 split for the short. Here's 309. Here's the split. Big rejection. Right to the penny. Bam. 309 came down. Opened up extremely weak. First short target under the 309 was down here at a big nice dump at 304. So putting 5 points on the table there. I didn't catch this trade. I'll show you the trades I caught in a little bit here, but we did hit that 304. Then it rolled even heavier. Nice market rotation down even farther. Hit both weekly levels. Failed with an M pattern here. Nice short at the end of the day. A couple guys still targeting the 298 here for the short. You guys are nuts, but I'm glad you guys are in it. Once we get Apple, the early play was here watching the 204.40s for a split. And again, I don't have my private lessons up, not my default. So 204.40 right from the daily notes here. Bounce, large split, use as over under. Watch for ghost wick fill to 201 if it decides to sell off. So we went for the 204 for long. A couple members caught over a point here, so popped up over the split. Now we waited for confirmation, came back down, held it. Right, perfect VWAP tag there. 50 went for the cross, but a lot of members took it right here at the split call of 204.40s and then long. So nice little point there in Apple, not bad at all. We're gonna go over. Let's see, ROKU was a pretty decent trader today. I was short here a little bit, stopped out for a little bit of a red here. Had the trade plan, but just didn't get the active trade that I really wanted. So I was short more or less into the 50 cross of the VWAP here, and I was holding through the pops, and it came up to 200. My risk tolerance should have been the third lower high here at the 200 EMA. It was not. Decided to look at a couple other little things here, but ROKU was on the watch there for 131.50 interaction. Will use as over under large split support at 129.20s. Now 129.20s was the bounce. I don't know where my poor 130.150 went, but let's put that back on there so you can see. That's where 151.30 was. That's right from the daily notes. I don't know. I think I was teaching lessons and I deleted that level, but this was the over under, and I got short for the follow through here, looking for a bounce and to peak back up, but it caught some range here a little bit early, came back up, but stopped out, no big deal. Short plane was still there. All three lower highs, really nice, all the way down to the target of 129.20, and you can see 129.20 here was the target, exactly where we're starting to get reversal. So really good levels right from the daily notes, posted hour before open. Let's go to Baba. I was watching for the 161 support watch over under on Baba's little game here. Now Baba's 161 right here at the resistance level had some support calls here. I didn't take any trades here, but you had some long opportunities here. Swapping bias when it lost 161. You see it chopped 161, never really held it cleanly, so we were kind of more or less waiting for the 100 EMA to catch back up and slap it all the way down to yesterday's lows. That was a live call, but from the notes, that 161 level, you can see how that was very nicely interacted with on the list here. BA, this was one of the main watches today, main plays. Of course, I didn't get a chunk of it. I'll show you which one I had to trade today. It was just so fun, and that was... this level was the initial short target, 328.60s. Now this level comes from a monster daily trend, which can't really show you where that's drawn from, but it's very, very far back, and we've been waiting for this one for a while. And I recovered it here on the 4 hour a couple times, and it finally gapped down, snapped it after that crazy no statistical news catalyst yesterday, ran up into resistance, rolled down, gapped under the weekly. Had to get under 332 to target the 328. And then right from the trade call today, I wanted BA weekly trend rate under 325 was where you should have covered your short. A couple members into this one, a lot of options players here on this one. We crushed the 328 resistance, targeted down under 325. This weekly trend right here. So you got that real nice dump, locking in 3-4 points there on your BA short today. Awesome from the notes. Facebook, a lot more bad catalysts today. A few of the members here traded this one. The audio privacy, et cetera stuff going on with Facebook. Watch the 184.50 for a bounce into the 185.50 for a short, as high as 185.50. So 185.50 was the push here. 185.50 is the weekly level, right here. So you see this weekly line, 185. Well, it's about 44, but you feel me? 50 cents. Practical for the bounce play here. So as it came back down, and like I said, watch 184.50 for the bounce. So the notes say watch 184.50 bounce into 185.50 for the short. That's literally the game plan, right? So watch the push into 184.50, bounce into the 185.50 for a short, this weekly line. But you had the 50 EMA under the VWAP, classic elites lessons, trailing all the way back down. Really far. So I had no target on this one. I just wanted to watch this one leak all the way back down. 180 was the only target I had left. I didn't post a target for this one, but that daily one is from this floating doji gap. So that's also what you always want to pay attention to, daily gaps doji. So this was the only level I had left. I'm extremely surprised Facebook hit 180 today, but had a solid 5-point plus if you played that one today. A couple members did play the Facebook play today. Fantastic. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today that I feel like going over here. MU and Apple on there, no trades, but my biggest trade today, I don't screw up the ticker because it's so close. I think it was DCPH it was called. Yes, so DCPH here, DCPH here. A little dyslexic. We had a $38 target and squeeze point to a 39 target up here, this peach line, or just above 39, but 39 was the initial target, and we had a major resistance. So I cut off my longs a lot of the time right before major resistance. So if I have a target of 39, it's because there's a major resistance at like 39.20. I don't care about those 20 cents. I want to get out at a very nice pop into below those levels. I don't risk that. So we did take it in this consolidation zone. Let me stretch it back a little bit here. I took it. The first trade here was a consolidation zone from here. We had a volume beat back here at 649. So I bought in. The risk was close under the 200 EMA, this purple line right here. If it closed under here, get out. If not, hold true. Held through all this pain right here. Took a pretty decent sized position for my first scalp, about 400 shares, and then we wrote it back up, took some off right at the top there because the target was 38, remember, so that's a nice little solid point and a half for you there. Then actually the higher low started stacking up, so the next one was the hold of 38. Took a lot larger position size here, almost 1,000 shares conjoined with the already big P&L hold, but we lost a little bit on that 39 other scalp. So we pulled the 1,000 shares here, got up to about 800-900 P&L, then gave back about 300-400 on another long in the consolidation range here. We had a seller beat here. But price direction was there. I was hoping for a squeeze, didn't get it. Should have listened to the volume system I created. Is what it is. But locked in a whole bunch on this one. Those levels worked out really good for a squeeze. This thing was trading a penny stock. It was very weird. It was a very choppy W, pulled back, held the center of the W here, back at the 659, and then ripped up. So, I mean, very, very nice pattern play there. Just hard to identify the center. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. P&Ls will be up on the Instagram. Descriptions below if you guys want to trade with us. Get these notes an hour before open every market day. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.